Yes, people, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Fulham 0, Arsenal 3. What a first half performance from the Gunners. What a first half performance. Remember, like, subscribe, please. We're going to be doing the match reviews right after. There's plenty to be talking about. There's a poll going on right now. Do you think Arsenal will win the Premier League? Let me know, yes or no. Leave your thoughts in the live chat as well. My man, what a first half for Arsenal, my man. What a first half for Arsenal.
That is why I said Arsenal win the league in my top four. And obviously Jesus coming on makes a massive impact as well.
Yeah, also, good point. Gabriel Jesus just come back.
Yeah, and people will say this second half hasn't been great, but look, Arsenal are doing enough. Obviously, they're gonna take a breather now. They're just not gonna go to the championship mentality. That's all I'm saying. Because this was meant to be a hard game, which it is. Always a tough place to go here, Fulham. And they've made it look so easy. Like, this is a very...
Yeah, but we keep saying this week in, week out, how Fulham's going to drop. Unfortunately, they can't keep up.
I'm not even surprised with this. Like, I'm not even surprised with the drop-off they're having. We said it. That's why we're going to... Well, Brighton are a different team because, it could be 4. All good defending. But look, if Fulham have... I mean, I didn't expect this much of a drop-off. I thought it would be a little drop, but it's a massive drop-off. I mean, Brentford, now let's see their response. But yeah, these teams like Brentford, Fulham, Brighton will drop off soon. So, yeah and
definitely.
I'm hoping Southampton can deliver the weekend, so United fans are going to hide again. So
yeah, I'm watching as well. He's still 0-0, almost 82 minutes. Looks like Southampton's going to hold a draw, which is not bad for them.
I've dealt with enough banter this weekend. Can we make this weekend better for me, Southampton? Tomiyasu's coming, by the way, for Ben White. So they're rotating a bit for the Europa League tie this week. So, yeah.
I still think Arsenal will not take Europa League that serious like Manchester United is doing.
Yeah, I mean, look, Casemiro getting a red card doesn't help either because now he misses 4 games. And their next 4, they've got Newcastle away.
Which is going to be tough. Like, I think Manchester United will finish top 4, but they're dropping points today. Tottenham won, but I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I just think that Liverpool Bournemouth game, I'm not saying there was no, I think it was a bit, I think we just dropped off a bit in terms of probably, I thought we underestimated them. And I think if we actually, wanted to treat them like an actual team, I think we would have beaten them. Because I think that was just a one-off. I'm hoping. I mean, we've seen it before, but I'm hoping it's a drop, one-off loss. But look, this is the game he misses if everything. So he misses 4 games. I think FA Cup counts, right? So we're saying they miss Fulham.
I mean, look, we talked about this yesterday. We talk about this basically every stream that we do with a Premier League club. And we've said about top 4, right? We keep saying the top 4, like, Liverpool is in the top 4. All of a sudden, they drop points again. Manchester United guarantee top 4. Most likely, they will probably drop points today. Look, Tottenham hasn't really having a good season, and Tottenham's still up there. And look, it's just, you don't know. Like I said, look, I'm going to stop predicting because... Like, I keep saying this over and over and over, right? I still think City's going to win the league, but it looks like it's going to be Arsenal year. And I'm not going to predict anymore. Like I said, I'm not going to change my predictions because if I change my predictions, like, everyone's going to think that, yeah, but then you said that City's going to win the league. You said Tottenham wasn't going to finish top 4. But I strongly believe now Tottenham being knocked out in the Champions League have nothing to play apart from just fight to get into the top 4. I strongly believe that Tottenham has a very, very good chance to finish top 4. Look on the paper, like we looked yesterday, right? On the paper, they've got so much easy games than Liverpool, than Manchester United, than Newcastle as well. We've looked at yesterday. after the Leicester game against Chelsea. By the way, big up to 45 people watching us right now. Big numbers, people. After only 5 minutes of this stream, really appreciate people. Let me know. Smash the poll. Let me know who's going to win the Premier League. Do a massive favor. If you could please subscribe to the channel. Really, really appreciate the support and the love. Leave your thoughts in the live chat. Straight after the game, we're going to be doing the match review in the live chat. And of course, guess who is back? Get back. And I haven't seen my baby girl Guguma for a long, long time. I actually miss Guguma, and I haven't seen her for a long time. Guguma, big up to you, my love. I hope you're doing really well, and we will be catching up with you in the live chat straight after the Fulham and Arsenal game. We're gonna do the match review, then we're gonna look, probably Arsenal chances to win the Premier League, and we're gonna look ahead the top 4 again, because top 4 just keeps to change and change and change.
And this game,
you cannot predict anything.
Like this Newcastle Wolves game next is a massive for me as well, because if Newcastle can beat Wolves, then that changes the whole thing. If Newcastle can beat Wolves, if they can.
That's a massive game for Newcastle, not only just to try and get back to the top 4,
and confidence.
But also confidence, yes. You're right,
right
man.
Now, I'm like they've dropped off. Big up to them. How you
say? Big up to you. And Devils United, Macy, what a legend, what a legend. Big up to you, darling. I hope you're doing really well. Good to see you on my live stream.
Oh, it could be 4.
Good to see these people.
It could be 4. Jesus. Oh, almost scored. Jesus almost scored on his
and he just come back from an injury as well. But yeah, people, a big fave if you guys could subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm on my way to 2,000 subscribers after almost close to 10 months. So which is amazing numbers. Of course, I'm proud of myself, all the hard work I do. And of course, I really appreciate everyone's support, because since day one, I feel like I'm a lucky man, because I have so much people supporting me day and day out, and I cannot thank you guys enough. But it's been a long journey. I mean, it's just crazy. It's hard work, don't get me wrong. A lot of people think that just being in here on YouTube behind a camera, trust me, is not easy. Believe me, it's not easy. It's a lot of hard work. But yeah, I really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. Closer to 2,000 subscribers. That's my goal is to reach 2,000 subscribers after 1 year. It's been nearly 10 months and I'm almost there. And look, I just cannot thank you guys enough. But please, 41 people watching, please, 41, right? Smash the poll, let me know your thoughts, and smash the like on this stream. Bring the likes up. Vamos, people. Remember, vamos, muchachos. And Devils United say thank you. You are a legend also. I'm always in here to support and help people. I say to people all the time, right? It's free to help each other. It does not cost people anything to be nice to each other and help each other. A lot of people think that he's just saying this in the front of the camera to get likes or subscribers. No, I'm not like that. Because when I don't like someone, and I always try to be real as well. When I don't like someone, I say I don't care. I don't give an absolutely fuck what people think about me. And I have always been straight and real. That's where a lot of people, well, they pretend they don't like me, but they're my biggest fans. But I don't care what people think about me. Absolutely, I don't care. Some people actually said, you can't even speak English. You wish if you could speak as many languages that I speak. You wish. But yeah, always in here. My man, looks like the game is almost over. 86 minutes now. After that 2-0, you remember I text you and I said the game is over, basically. But yeah, we're just going to wait until the matches end. Then we're going to be doing the match review. There's a lot to be talking about again. There's a lot to be talking about again.
Arsenal, man. I'm looking at Arsenal right now. They have an easy run coming up as well. Palace at home. And then I feel like the next test is, then they got Leeds at home, and then they got, who at Anfield when we beat them, because we usually turn up in the big games a lot more than the small games. So look, if Arsenal somehow win this league title, I did predict them to win it. And another reason why they're going to win it, they've made this light work. It's easy job. And that first half is a champion mentality. That was.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Absolutely
feel
agree with you, my man.
Jesus coming back as well increases the confidence as well now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, defense looked
And
much better.
He's gonna give Arteta a headache as well. A good headache. I think every coach would love to have this kind of headache, having so much quality.
But when just say Ferreira, Diaz is back soon, do you play him straight away? What if just say he turns into he's very good straight away, who do you drop? Blah. But look, everything looking good for Arsenal right now. I mean, Jorginho turned out to be the master signing, and Partey's back in time for
Partey is a different gravy.
No,
He's
but
the
he
most
done well. He
important
done
player in
well.
his national
No,
squad.
Jorginho done well in the period where Partey was injured, so I think we need to big up
To be honest, I'm not a fan of Jorginho, but Jorginho is doing well since he signed for Arsenal. He's been doing
well.
He
only plays in the Europa League now. He's not going to play in any other Premier League game unless Partey gets injured, because Partey's a beast when he plays. It's just absolute beast. But yeah, game pretty much is done now. He can blow your whistle now.
It's like 89 minutes, 3-0.
I literally said in the chat.
We will be talking about straight after the game. Let me just quickly see Man United.
No one else though.
It's 90 minutes. I think he's Man United on 90 minutes now, and
embarrassing. Better win it. That's embarrassing. A draw. That's really bad. Now top 4 race is not done yet for them. It's not done.
Well, by the way, I know we will be talking about Trossard after the game, Arsenal, but 3 assists for Trossard today. I mean, what a signing he has been for Arsenal. And we said this. And funny thing, yesterday you've mentioned about, I can't remember, someone in a live chat was talking about Modric, right? Because we did the Leicester Chelsea. And you said Trossard was probably the most smartest signings that Arsenal have done in the recently years, because a guy who's 28, on his prime, still got about at least 5 years at a higher level, and cost them only 27 million. A guy who knows the league. Yeah.
By the way, 3 minutes additional time.
It was one of that signings that made sense, right? A lot of Arsenal fans was upset when Arsenal could not sign Modric, when Modric signed for Chelsea. And I actually said to a lot of Arsenal fans, because I actually have a lot of Arsenal fans follow me, and I said, why are you guys upset of a player that only had about 64 appearances on his career?
But then again,
cost you about 100 million.
But I would understand their frustration, because Arteta wanted him, and it was like it taken this long. I don't think he's worth that much. No way. But I think I can understand their anger, because they wanted him for since the summer window. They didn't get him. But I think he would have worked differently under Arteta. I think he would have worked much differently. And I have to apologise to Jorginho, because I did say Jorginho's sign would cost them the league. Clearly, that signing has, you can say, improved them a bit, because
it did, because they never had that replace for Thomas Partey. That was one of the biggest difference. And I said that Arsenal can only keep up with City if Arsenal can keep Thomas Partey fit. Thomas Partey is the most important player in this Arsenal squad, and he's been good, compared to, he always seems to be injured. This season it hasn't been too bad. Yeah, he has missed a few games, but not as much as a lot of people expect him to miss. And he's been amazing for Arsenal this season. But signing Jorginho, from what I've seen, like I said, I don't like Jorginho, but it's been good. And that was a smart signing. We have to be real in here. Fulham, 3 minutes. Well, it's 92 minutes now. Anyway, it's only a few seconds to go. Guguma says 2K subs. Yeah, on the way to 2000. Really, really appreciate you being one of them since day one. So, you're my girl for sure. My man, big up to everyone who's watching these people. Just a massive favor. Nice to see people bringing the likes up. Really appreciate it. Really, really means the world to me. Smash the poll as well. Look, the poll's going strong. I've got more people that smash the poll than likes on this stream. It's always worked that way in a way. I always end up having 200, 300 people smashing the poll, but I never smash the like or subscribe. But He's going strong. Look, Arsenal, 75%, yeah, 25 now. Let's find out. I'm not changing my mind by the way, but what a performance by Arsenal is coming to an end basically now. And Manchester United,
for me, right? I just want to say,
nil, and looks like it will drop in points.
If Arsenal beat Liverpool at Anfield, they're winning the league. That's what I'm saying. Because if you can beat Liverpool at Anfield, you can beat anyone pretty much. Because I'm telling you right now, Arsenal are going to be fit, especially a place they haven't won in ages. And if they can beat us at Anfield, then they're winning the league. They are, because their confidence level will be rising, and being Liverpool at Anfield is just a miracle for them because they've never, well, the last time was, I wasn't even born, so.
Look, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I will disagree with you because I just think that, if they beat Liverpool, they still have to face Chelsea as well. They still have to face City.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I just think it looks like it's going to be their year. But
like if they're 5 points clear, just say they lose versus City, they're still above them. And that helps massively, right? Having that feeling is, if you don't want to lose versus City, right? But if you do, at least you're still top and you won't have to be concerned. They'll take a draw. I think Arsenal, for me, if they can get a draw at Etihad, that'll be a good result. Game over, though. Full-time Arsenal won. Full-time.
Yeah, well, you're ahead of me, by the way. You're probably ahead of me, 20 seconds? Yeah, that's it. It's over now. That was after the free kick, yeah. That's it. Full-time, people. Big up to everyone's watching this. Show some love and support by smashing the poll. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Smash the like as well. Really appreciate it. Let's just quickly check Manchester United, because Manchester United is just going over and over. I'm just changing now. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it looks like it's going to finish 0-0 as well. But yeah, my man, before I share my scream and stuff, let's just quickly go through an amazing first half from Arsenal. That was a champion mentality in our first half. Arsenal today, they have been this season in a lot of games, especially at the beginning of the season, when they went in a very good run. Even some of the games that was 1-0 down, you could tell the reaction. That was the mentality of a champion. And what a first half of football. Do you know what? That first half ended with 3-0. It could have been easily 6 or 7. What a performance. And I remember, look, I texted you after the second goal and I said, yeah, my man, this game is over. And what a performance by Arsenal. That's it. Second goal was over. The third goal was just basically to confirm. Second half was more like to give Arteta time to rest players, maybe for the Europa League, and bringing in Gabriel Jesus after a long time injured. But yeah, the better team clearly won today. That first half was just, I don't know what to say. What a performance. And my man, there's a lot to be talking about. Not really too much about this game, but of course, Trossard, we're going to bring Trossard, Arteta, what he's been doing at Arsenal. And we're going to look ahead as well, top 4, who's going to win the league. But yeah, you tell me, just quickly review, my man, what was your thoughts about Arsenal performance today?
I said Arsenal win the league. Another reason why they will. They've been quite unlucky with injuries, you can say, because they have missed Partey and Jesus at one point. And now they've got the win. Another comfortable win, another convincing win. Defensively, they look more salute. They look much more solid. And their midfield with Partey in it just is different gravy, to be honest. And Odegaard. Oh my god, this guy. Odegaard is way too good. Odegaard is too good. He's on his day. He's been the best. I think he's been better than Kevin De Bruyne this season. I mean, overall as a player, the KDB is much better. But if I had to pick a better player this season, has to be Odegaard, because I think Odegaard has just been absolutely brilliant for Arsenal. He's picked up some form recently. He needed to. At one point we said starting to the contract thing. He didn't really perform that well after. Another brilliant from him. Trossard. Oh my god. Trossard has turned out to be the bargain of the January window, because it's like, Trossard 3 assists, linking up well. He's basically doing the Jesus job. Now Jesus is back. I don't think he gets straight in. This thing, Jesus doesn't get straight in. I think it's going to take some time to settle in Jesus, because obviously just come back. He's not going to come in straight away. I'm assuming he's not coming in straight away, because it's way too quick. It's way too quick if he comes in now.
Yeah, as I said already, do you know what? That's going to be a massive headache for Arteta. But a good headache, a very good headache.
But yeah, I mean, I've said everything there. I mean, championship mentality there. First half, second half, you felt they just took a breather. They want to push too hard, no injuries. Now they look to the Europa League tie coming up. So even though I don't take that seriously, but it'd be nice to go far in the Europa League, right? Because it's still a European competition, no matter what you say, still one. So look, I think United win the Europa League, but you never know. Arsenal, I think they lack the squad for Europa League and Premier League. But I'm saying that, but Nelson can step up as well. You got now Jesus is back. Now you have your full squad. In my opinion, that's your full squad now you have back. So yeah, it's looking good for Arsenal right now. I mean, I feel like the test is at Anfield for me though. That's the test. If they
we're gonna look ahead, Arsenal, probably next, all the games until the end of the season, and we're talking about Trossard, right? 3 assists today. What a performance that first half! Trossard in the first half was absolutely a nightmare for all the Fulham defenders today. Do you know what? I always say this, Fulham has a very poor defence, and not just because today they were shocking, special Fulham left back, but Trossard was just a world class today in our first half.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about Trossard yesterday, and I've mentioned about Trossard as well. We've mentioned yesterday, which is basically, we've said this lots of times about Trossard, right? Trossard has to be one of the most smartened signings that Arsenal has done in recently years. Just because he's 28, he's on his prime, only cost 27 million in today's market in football, and he knows the league very well. He's been smashing at Brighton, and Arsenal pick Trossard over Modric. What a smarting signing. And I said to Arsenal fans, don't worry, forget about Modric, right? What is the point you going up there spending about 100 million for a player that he needs to get used to first? Where a player like Trossard already know the league. That was just a smart signing for Arsenal. And that was brilliant. And we've seen how much he improved Arsenal since he signed for Arsenal.
People will say he's too old, but Arsenal not buying him for long term. Arsenal just buying him for just this season and next season. I still think he has 3 seasons in him, at least 2 seasons. So it's a good squad player to have who can come on and score a goal for you if you want. And I see Rico's comment. Yeah. I see.
One second, man. Let me just quickly go on the comments in here. Really appreciate Brian Torre. Really appreciate all the love and support. And he says, you deserve more than this. Thank you, man. I think I'm doing amazing in less than 10 months on my way to 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. But thanks to people like you and everyone that always show so much love and support. And hope you're doing well, by the way, Ibrahim. Rukugi says, don't forget Liverpool losing to 20 players. You can enjoy your 7-0 cup. We are 7 points.
Wait. Rukugi. Who's 20th?
Can we talk about that after?
Wait. Can I say who's 20th right now? Southampton or 20th? What are you chatting about? Okay, so anyone would celebrate like we did. If you beat Liverpool 7-0, you'd be celebrating how I am because you beat your rivals. And look, you deserve the banter today. I've been getting bantered, and look, I'm telling you, you couldn't beat Southampton. No, you're 8 points, by the way, if you want to know. But
big up to Rukugi, by the way. Man United dropping points today. Come on, like that top 4 is just crazy.
Watch out for us.
Top 4 is just crazy, my man. Because I've got a poll going on at the minute, right? Let me just quickly go and check the poll. The poll at the minute is going strong.
Arsenal, right?
Strong. 25 people smashed the poll. I only got 12 likes on this stream.
Come on,
Please,
guys.
people, make sure you bring the likes up and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate the love and support. But so far, right, the poll is just flying. Arsenal, yeah, everyone thinks Arsenal will win the Premier League. 81% said yeah. 27 people smashed the poll. And it's just crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. We're going to be talking about that. But just quickly finish off with today's Arsenal performance. An amazing first half. Trossard, he's going to be man of the match because he was just too good in that first half. So Trossard's going to be man of the match today. And that first half was just over after the second goal. Second half was just like Arsenal to rest a little bit, slow down, give Arteta time to, making a few changes and stuff. But yeah, Arsenal did more than enough in the first half to beat Fulham. We said Fulham not going to keep up. Fulham just going to keep dropping. Fulham hasn't got enough depth in the squad. The squad's not good enough to keep up. They're doing amazing. Don't get me wrong. Look, if you're a Fulham fan, you should be proud for what Fulham's doing this season. You was in the Championship last season, and I think Fulham's doing absolutely amazing. Fulham manager Marco Silva is doing an absolutely incredible job. I think the guy deserves a lot of praise because, look, coming from the Championship, the season Fulham haven't, but it's just Arsenal was just too good. Arsenal was just too good today.
We're saying how bad they are. They're still 8th with the same amount of points as Brighton. But then again, Brighton have 3 games in hand and they can go really. Listen, you're using that as an excuse for Southampton. Oh, you're a one-man team. Shush, you're a one-man team without Casemiro. You play like Southampton.
Also, let's bring this up. I'm not saying if Pelinka was playing, Fulham would have won or Arsenal wouldn't, whatever. But they probably have missed one of the most, if not the most important player. The Portuguese midfield, Pelinka, who they signed in the summer, class player. I think he's brilliant. And he did not play today. And you could tell that midfield was just all over the place.
But I think we would have been discussed. I think Arsenal would have won, but it would have been much closer. I think like a 2-1, 3-1. I think Arsenal would have struggled more. But then, look, it's injuries that happens to any club, especially Fulham, who don't really have the money to buy squad depth. They don't. I mean, it's just the truth. Only the big 6 have money to spend, not really. So Fulham can use that excuse Fulham can use that excuse where they missed him because, look, he's been a bargain signing. It's just he just missed this crucial game. So, look, Paulinho out didn't help. I knew once it was 1-0, Arsenal were dominating the whole game. That whole half they just dominated. You felt. I mean, even though when they went 1-0 up, it was disallowed. You still think Arsenal would win this game because, come on, let's be honest. Arsenal dominated that first half, so
it was just too much Arsenal for Fulham. But just to end off with this game, and then we're gonna look. I'm gonna share my screen in a minute. I will bring the table back. But at the minute, Fulham stand as 8 in the table, and whatever happened to Fulham this season, they will not go down. We know that. Whatever happens to Fulham this season, I think Fulham fans should be proud for what Fulham has done it because it's been an amazing season overall for Fulham. It doesn't matter if Fulham still finish 10th, 11th, 12th. It doesn't matter. Fulham fans should be proud for what Fulham has done so far.
And we even said, we said they were teams like Fulham, Brentford, and Brighton will drop off soon. Their drop-off has started from 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I think we're going to see Brentford drop off from now after the Everton loss. I think we're going to see Brentford drop off. Brighton won. I think Brighton won could be very soon in the table, like 10 games to go. Because watch out for Brighton. That's what I'm saying. Because Brighton will. Don't worry, Brighton will. I think will stay in it until maybe like 10 games to go. Because I think they will drop off soon, Brighton.
Before we're talking about Arsenal chances, that is big. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Every week. To win the Premier League. Let me just quickly go in a live chat now. Ref was today, clear penalty today for handball. I don't know, my friend. I did not see.
Using referees as an excuse. Referees. Okay, we're using referees. Okay, fine. You should still be being Southampton without referees. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're a big club.
And you guys can only do well at home, 9-0, 7-0. Away, you guys are terrible.
What do you mean? We beat Newcastle away 2-0.
It's good to see you guys having a bit of banter. By the way, big up to everyone's watching this. People actually subscribing to the channel, bringing the likes up. Really appreciate the love and support. Smashing the poll as well. 28 people so far smashed the poll. People, please subscribe to the channel as well. Smash the like. If you bring the likes up on this stream, I will stay in here longer. Ask me anything in a live chat, and I will go through in a live chat. I'm not asking you to donate any money to the channel, any super chat, any super stickers. All I'm asking you is something that is free, does not cost you anything. 3 seconds, like, subscribe, and I really appreciate the love and support. But my man, because that's the question on the poll, right? I know you said that yesterday, and you've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, that you strongly think Arsenal will win the league, right? I've said this a few times. I said, I'm not changing my mind. I still think City's going to win the league, even though it may look like it's Arsenal year. But how crazy would be to see Arsenal winning the Premier League in a season where Manchester City sign Haaland and Julian Alvarez.
I mean, look, Man City didn't. I thought Man City would dominate not dominate, but I did think they would have the league done by now in terms of probably, especially with the start they had as well, with Haaland scoring for fun, with their midfield just doing their midfield stuff. Then Arsenal come along, you felt it was just a bad teams they're facing, And then they beat Liverpool, then they beat Tottenham. You felt like this could be the year, but then you're like, it's too early. And then after January, you felt the drop-off would happen then. Jesus came out injured, and you thought drop off then. No, they haven't dropped off yet. So Arsenal are still in this. What I would say, I would understand people's point, is maybe their last 3 games, which I want to get onto. Well, we're going to go into more depth when you share your screen. But I feel they're going to have a tough period.
Right? I've asked you this before, but because we've got 20 people watching us now, people, don't forget to smash the likes, bring in the likes up, please. Arteta, right? At the beginning of the season, last season, all Arsenal fans was Arteta out, Arteta out, and Arteta out. Even after the first 2-3 months of the season, when Arsenal was already flying, Arsenal was top of the league, basically since they won, Arsenal fans was still Arteta out, right? And this season, from what we've seen from Arsenal, right? I've said this already, and I'm going to say again. I think all the credit goes to Arteta.
Yeah.
The mentality that Arteta is implementing in this very young squad, let's not forget Arsenal is a very young squad, right? That mentality that Arteta is bringing into these squads, the reactions that we've seen a lot of times, Arsenal coming back from 1-0 down, coming back from 2-0 down, it's just like, Arteta is the main focus. Arteta is the person that all Arsenal fans should give credit and apologize to Arteta, even if you don't win the league. And I've said this a few times as well. I keep repeating myself, and I keep saying, I've said this a few times, just because you guys, I always seem to have a lot of new people on my streams. I always have people watching me, like 100, 200 at times, but not once, never leave their thoughts in a live chat, right? And I said this over and over and over about Arteta, right? I said, everything Arsenal fans say now, right? I do understand. Well, you understand they bottled a 4th place last season, right? They did bottle the 4th place last season. But what Arteta is doing right now, you're still seeing Arsenal fans up there saying Arteta out. And I think that's so unfair.
You know what? And people say they bottle it. In my opinion, it's not a bottle if it's more than 8 points. If it's more than 8 points, if it's more than 6 points, I'll say it's a bottle. But you're facing Man City, man. Like, Man City are done this for 3 years now, like even more potentially. Like, in my opinion, they're not bottling the league if they don't win it. Like, they're not bottling it. It's just Man City, right, being too good for. I think Man City will, because we're starting to see the old Man City, right? We're starting to see not this exact Man City, of a bit of the old one, but just even that clutch win versus Palace, it wasn't brilliant, but they got the job done, and that's how you win league titles. So
exactly. And I was just quickly finish off, right? I said if Arsenal goes and still lose the league, I personally still think that I know I'm not Arsenal fan, but as a neutral fan, I still think that Arteta did an amazing job, and Arsenal fans should be proud for what Arsenal have done this season. Because no one thought before the season Arsenal would have been able to compare this far with Manchester City, especially after Manchester City signing Haaland, right? Just imagine, like Arsenal winning the Premier League after 19 years in a season where Manchester City signed the best striker in the world. Come on, how crazy that would be.
And what else is mad, right, is literally Arsenal was it? Oh yeah, but I would say it would be a failure season if Arsenal don't win anything. That's where I would potentially have an argument for. If Arsenal don't win anything this season, then it's a failure. Not failure, I wouldn't go. Maybe a dead end to the season. Like you felt like it'll be an exciting season and you end up with no trophies. I thought that would be like the most.
But look, if Arsenal does not win the league this season, you know that they will be winning soon.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They will, but this is the.
I think he may run out of battery, by the way. Let me just quickly go through in a live chat. James, big up to you, my brother. Really appreciate the love and support. Hope you're doing well. People, just do a favour. Look, the poll's going strong. 85% say, yeah, Arsenal will win the Premier League. Just please do a favour. Bring the likes up on this stream. Really appreciate it. And I've got just quickly one, Dalival. Just let me go through. I've got super sticker in here from Gagoma. Thank you so much, Gagoma. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Cannot thank you enough. You never let me down. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to thank you, Gagoma. I just want to give you a hug, but yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also Gagoma says, Arteta, honestly, I'm surprised, impressed. Me too. I agree. We have to agree with Gagoma.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You can't say anything bad about Arsenal this season. But what I was just going to say before when we're winner, I think this is the best time to win it in terms of you're not going to see Liverpool have this bad season ever again. You're not going to see we're starting to see Graham Potter implementing his style, and look how that's turning out. We're starting to Tottenham are always like they can do something, but they don't in the end. Well, like Man City. So this is for me the best time to win it. They will win it soon if they don't win it now, but it's going to be harder to do because, like I said, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham will be better next season. And you'll see United up there definitely. And look, a lot of teams will be better next season. So I would say it will be much harder to win next season and the next 2 seasons. Because if Liverpool can get Jude Bellingham in, who's only 22, if Chelsea have Enzo, Man City can just easily buy anyone they want. They have the money. So yeah, watch out, man. This is the best chance to win it for Arsenal.
Oh yeah, like I personally think that if Arsenal does not win the Premier League this season, they will win soon. Just because of this squad still young, they're rebuilding their club, and they know that there's a lot of quality. There's been a lot changing in Arsenal for the better, of course, and I think. It looks like it's going to be their year, by the way. Big up to Mr. Da Silva. Come on, you Gunners. Big up to you, Alberto. Hope you're doing well. What a performance. What a first half performance. And another step close to win the Premier League. Can you handle until the end of the season? Can you handle the pressure? Will you bottle the 4th place last season? We just have to wait and find out. But does it look good? Yeah. It looks good. Arsenal has a big chance. Arsenal has a big chance to win the Premier League after 19 years.
But I just want to say, Trossard has to be January signing of the season. Like, I think we have to say that. Like, I can't think of any other signing that's better. Like, Enzo Fernandez starting to settle in now. You have, obviously, who else?
You had a few quite good signings in a winter, but I think Trossard was just like, we've mentioned this already. Trossard was just a smart signing, right? I cannot remember Arsenal making like a signing like Trossard so smart, right? A player on his prime, 20 years old, 28 years old, is 27 million in football market today, right? Which is very cheap. A player who knew the league already, a player who has the same style of football that Arsenal wants, Arteta wants, a player that will be for the next 5 years at least at the top high level. And I mean, this is just a smart in signing. Brilliant from Arsenal. Great business.
We've seen Arsenal can compete with City. They did compete with City in that first half. I know they lost 3-1, but they did compete with them in that first half. In the FA Cup, they competed well. So I feel like City will have the edge in terms of 1v1s, but I don't think they have the edge in like actual their own games, because City, like, I know they beat Palace, and obviously I did praise them because they do deserve some praise, but they weren't great. And now Arsenal made this light work. Arsenal really made this like, okay, a simple game, and they have easy games coming up. And I feel like obviously Liverpool game is in 2 games time, but after that Liverpool game, then they have an easy period. But then that last, I think, month is where it gets hard, because you're going to have no breaks. You're going to have to play 3 games a week, so that's where it gets hard. That's the period where I worry for Arsenal. That's the test. If they can get ahead of that period, then they're winning the league. That I think it'll go down to the last game of the season. That's where it's going to go to. I think because they won't stay 5 points. It won't. It will probably be like 3 points. I could see the gap being 3 points at least.
And we've said this on, I can't remember what stream we said. I think that was about 2-3 days ago. That between Premier League or Europa League, we know that Arsenal will be taking, their priority will be to go all the way in the Premier League. And Europa League, I think is going to come to the point. I think Arsenal might just knock out Sporting Lisbon next Thursday, but it will get to the point where Arteta is going to have to decide, right? Because yes, I think Arsenal's squad is not a bad squad, still young squad, a lot of talent, but I'm sorry, it's just not enough. But bringing in, I said this is not enough, but bringing in Trossard and Jorginho and seeing these 2 guys has improved Arsenal massively, right? This is what Arsenal needed. Players to come in and to be able to give that Arteta chance to be able to trust and rotate the squads. And we've seen Jorginho. I don't like it. I've said this many times. I don't like Jorginho, but he has improved them. He has got them better, because now Thomas Partey can have a rest when he needs it. Because Thursday, Thomas Partey will be rest for Jorginho. And it's just, look, Gabriel Jesus is back from injury. But I still think that Arsenal will eventually not care. I mean, not care, not in a bad way, but not care about Europa League.
I feel like if they get a tough draw, they will have to care. I feel like if they get someone like a Roma, then that's where you feel they will care. If they get maybe a weaker team in the next round, then they definitely will rotate. So for me, it depends who they get in the Europa League. If they get Roma, or Roma or United, then they need to take it seriously. If they get let's say like a little team, then maybe I think they'll rotate, because I know they drew versus Sporting, but we know they're going to win. They are going to beat Sporting at home, aren't they? And for me, the killer moment will be for Arsenal is if they sacrifice Europa League, but they don't win the Prem. Then that will be like, what a waste of being knocked out. That's where it kind of will go against them if worse comes to worse. If they lose the Prem. But yeah, people will turn that. I'm going to see the media in it. If they don't win the league, media will turn it into a failure season. But it's not. It won't. They shouldn't even be here. They should be coming for top 4 more. But we should be the team challenging, not Arsenal, because that's what the expectations were. So Arsenal had a brilliant season, no matter what happened. So
definitely, like I said, who expect Arsenal to be top of the league after 27 games? No one predict that before the season start. And just quickly, want to share the screen. Guguma Football Ferreira, thank you. I love the show always.
Yeah.
Thank you. It means a lot. It's like getting a feedback from you just means the world. Thank you so much. Just quickly, Alberto says, it's now or never for us. We won't get another golden opportunity like this one because so cool top six are having a bad season. Only City challenging for the
That's what I was
title.
saying. Yeah, because
Yeah, I get what Alberto trying to say. I have to agree with him, and also, but City is not having a great season. I don't think City is having a good season.
they
This
haven't
is
won
not
3 games with the balance in it. They haven't won 3 games in a row.
4 games in a row.
Yeah, 4, yeah, and that's mad stat saying that because you feel like Man City have done that, but see, Man City they're not as good as last season. Like, let's be honest here.
No, City's not as good as is probably like in the last how many
And
years?
this is why you need to win it this season. Otherwise, next season, trust me, it's going to be hard to get into top 6 because it's going to be that good next season. That top 4 is not going to be easy. It's not this time. Like top 4 is pretty much confirmed for you, but next season top 4 will be, I feel like, harder to get because of the team strengthening this summer. Like we're going to see so many, and if Arsenal can get Osimhen, which are rumours, I don't know if it's true, but Arsenal are apparently leading the race for Osimhen. If they got Osimhen in, Declan Rice, and maybe the centre back, then wow, they are going to be up there definitely. That's
And yeah, but the thing is, he's linked with Manchester United as well. He's linked with Chelsea, and he already said, I think that was last week, he's working hard to achieve his dream to play in the Premier League. But
he will leave. I can say that he will leave Napoli next season. He won't be
yeah,
in Napoli.
do you know what? Arsenal. Sorry, Albert is an Arsenal fan, right? He's a very good friend of mine. I don't think I have the chance to ask him this. I might have, but like I said, people, I do so many streams. But look, just before I move on and ask Alberto a question, could you guys please make sure you smash the like on this stream, bring the likes up. Really appreciate if you could bring the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But come on, just keep bringing the likes up because I've got people, almost 4 people smash the poll, and I only got 15 likes on this stream. So please bring the likes up. And Alberto, if you're still there, I'm sure you are. Let's say Arsenal goes and not win the Premier League. You, as an Arsenal fan, because I know you were a real fan, you always try to be as much as real you can. And would you say Arsenal still had a good season if Arsenal finished second, or would you be pissed off? Would you want Arteta? Would you say that Arsenal bottle again? I mean, like, I'm not happy. Arteta should be out. Wherever. I know what you're trying. I know you understand what I'm trying to say. So let me know in the live chat. And Guguma said, I think this is Arsenal chance. It looks like it's their chance, and looks like Guguma, they will be taking their chance because look at Arsenal next games, right? Like you say on the paper, it does not mean anything. It does not mean anything if you go on a paper, if you go easy games, because the easy games, most of the times, you make it harder for yourself. But my man, look, Arsenal games, right? Let's forget about Sporting Lisbon. This is a Premier League. This is not Europa League, right? And Arsenal next game is Palace at home, right?
I'll be honest, right?
It's not easy.
But yeah, I think you're right. That fixtures look easy. But like we said that about Bournemouth, Liverpool. What happened? Bournemouth won. We said that about. Let's think of another shock there. What other shockers happened? There's been loads of shockers I think of. I just can't think around, but there's been loads. So I think they'll beat Palace. I think they'll beat Leeds. I think a draw. I think that'll be a draw for Arsenal. I just sent a point for both. I think it'll be exciting game, but I think Arsenal will take a draw. I think Arsenal will be happy with a draw at Anfield. Then they got West Ham. West Ham are fighting for their lives, so that's going to be a tough one. But I think Arsenal will win that. Southampton are awful. I think Southampton are just awful. So I think they get at least. They don't lose their next 5. I think they'll win. Draw at Anfield and win the rest because I think Arsenal, their confidence levels right now, and then there's the tough month. That is where I was gonna say this period here: Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton. That's the 4 games which would define Arsenal's season. I think they'll lose versus Man City. I think they probably will because I think Man City will turn up. And we've seen it when they can turn up, they destroy teams. I'm telling you.
And they already played Arsenal twice this season in the FA Cup and in the league, and they beat Arsenal twice.
And then they got Chelsea, right? Chelsea at home, always a derby. Chelsea will turn up, and we're starting to see improvements at Chelsea, right? We're starting to see Chelsea, think about, and we're starting to see Chelsea turn up. I think Arsenal win that. I think Emirates will be too much for Chelsea. Then I think Newcastle away, tough place. That is a very tough place to go. No matter how much bad state they're in, they're still going to be in that top 4 race, I think, by then. And I think they're going to beat Newcastle, though. Actually, you know what? I think they'll drop points in They'll drop points in 2 other games in that 4-game period, because I think they'll lose versus City. I think they won't. If they win both versus Chelsea and Newcastle, good job. I'll give them credit, but I just can't see it, because Newcastle and Chelsea, you can't. I doubt they win both. And then they got Brighton. Brighton are very good. Brighton are like they're going to be up for that. So I think they'll lose versus City, beat Chelsea, draw versus Newcastle, beat Brighton. So I think they can win the league. That means that they probably win the league, because I don't think they only drop points in that 2. But you never know. Like, Man City could be top by then. Who knows? Like, Man City could be top by then. We can't really do anything. We can't assume that Arsenal will be top.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some words from you, and I strongly believe that if Arsenal manage to get one win away between the 2 games that are away to City or away to Liverpool, I think they will win the league. I'm probably going to have to change my mind, but I still think City's going to win it.
I think it'll be a point at Anfield. They'll lose versus City. So that's how I think it'll go. But you never know. Like, the thing about Liverpool, right? I think everyone noticed. We turn up in the big games. So it won't be easy. No matter how bad we are, we always turn up in big games for some reason. We don't turn up in the small games. So, look, if Arsenal are winning the league, look, except for that 4-game period, the rest of the games are easy. Because I'm looking for Forest away. Actually, you know what? Forest away is tough because their home record's very good.
But let's not forget, like, how many times we've mentioned this, saying that, there's not an easy game in football, right? There's not an easy game in football, and there's a lot of teams that Arsenal will be facing that have to play for something, right? When you look in here, let me just scroll up again, right? When Palace, it's not guaranteed that Palace is saved, right? Yeah. Leeds fighting for their lives. Liverpool fighting to get top 4, West Ham fighting for their lives, Southampton fighting for their lives. Look, they beat Chelsea 2 weeks ago away. They just drew to Manchester United away today. City and Chelsea. Chelsea's picking up, improving. Newcastle away, still maybe fighting for top 4.
I think, you know what?
Brighton, like you mentioned, very good team, play very good football, and can easily get a point in there. And Nottingham Forest, as you just said, fighting for their lives, and Wolves. There's not an easy game.
I think Wolves is the only one I can say this easy, because Wolves are not fighting for anything. I know that they're literally going to survive, aren't they? Because we're going to look at the table right after, but Wolves, I think, will be fine. I think they're going to be fine by then. Forest will be definitely by then. They'll be in it. I think Newcastle, sadly for them, I think they'll be out of it by then, because I think Newcastle, depending on what they do, if they can beat Wolves today, that changes the whole top 4 thing. That changes the whole top 4 scenario. If they lose or draw today, then you can say goodbye to Newcastle for top 4, because I think Newcastle would just lack the confidence. Especially, they're going to face United. But that's the thing. They face United next after this Wolves game. If they can beat United, that lifts the whole confidence boost. So anything can change in one game. That's the thing. You can... just say we beat Madrid, we do a comeback versus Madrid. I'm not saying we will. If we do a comeback versus Madrid, that's going to lift the whole team up. I know I've said that about many times about Liverpool.
You can't dream, my man. It's free to dream. But let me just quickly go in the live chat, my brother. Arsenal are winning the league. Big up to you, Oscar. Long time, like you said here, long time no see, my brother. Hope you're doing well. People keep bringing the likes up on this stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Really appreciate the love and support. The poll's still going strong. And it says, love from Nigeria. Big up to all my Nigeria people, my brothers. So the question that I asked Alberto, he says it would be a very disappointing
Yeah,
season, but he will be pleased that they challenge for the title. This is a
of
real
course.
Arsenal fans, right? This is what I mean. You know, I did ask the question to him because I know him, like I said, he's a friend of mine. And I know what he was going to say. A big up to you, Alberto. Don't forget to smash the likes up. And we've got another super stick it in here
Oh,
from Guguma. I just, honestly, another
you
big,
can
big
stop,
thank you,
man.
Guguma.
Just stop it, man. I don't know what we can do to repay you.
I don't know how to repay. I don't know how to thank that enough. But yeah, Guguma, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope you enjoying your Sunday. Have a lovely day, darling. And let me just bring the table back up because look, Arsenal lost to Liverpool. Sorry, Man United lost to Liverpool. Manchester United drop another 2 points today, and the next game, as you just mentioned, is against Newcastle, right?
Oh yeah.
So not even Manchester United is guaranteed to finish top 4.
Like now they have to focus on the league. I think United fans wanted to secure top 4 now and they focus on the Europa League. I'm not sure about that. I mean, you have to focus on the league now because if we're honest here, Spurs are only 2 points behind them, right? Liverpool right now, they're only, let's be honest, like they're still behind. We're only 8 points, and now 8 points may seem loads, but Casemiro's missing their next 4.
You say 8 points, right? So do you know how many points has Liverpool dropped in 2 games? 5 already. Only takes 2-3 games to drop 8 points easily.
But I'm just saying, look, this is the thing. Casemiro's out for the next 4. Now,
Yeah.
if just say they can easily drop points then in the next 3. Obviously, I don't know United next 4, but I know they face Newcastle and then they face Nottingham Forest and one of that. And Nottingham Forest away is tough. We've seen it. Their home record's very good. So look, we could catch up. I'm not saying we will. It's a miracle needed to catch United. But you never know because right now, United are going to miss Casemiro in the next 4. And Tottenham are only 2 points behind. And we said how bad Tottenham are. They're only 2 points. And that's how bad, that's how good this league is, man. Like, seriously. So United are back in it. I wouldn't say they're in the top 4 race, but United should focus a bit. They need to pick some more wins. They need to pick wins up now because let's be honest here, it's not done. They still have to secure.
And you know, it's funny how 3 weeks ago I was saying that, oh yeah, Man United will finish top 4. Yeah, definitely. Manchester United will probably finish third. You know, I probably not see them catching up with City, but they still can take over City. But look, all of a sudden, week and a half later, Manchester United's dropping points away to Newcastle. Always a tough place to go. Newcastle's still a good team. Like if they beat Wolves today, remember that Newcastle still has a few games in hand compared to almost everyone else, apart from Brighton as well. But we know, look, I like Brighton. I think they play very good football. They have a brilliant season again, but I don't think Brighton will keep up. You know, I just don't think Brighton will keep up until the end of the season.
I think Brighton will keep up until, like, let's say 10 games to go. I think they could reach very far. But I think they will probably drop off with like 9 games to go. Because Brighton, I think right now they have an easy fixture coming up. I feel like one defeat can just kill them, in my opinion. Like, they're on a good run right now, but you saw what one defeat can do to Fulham, one defeat can do to Brentford. Now, one defeat to a Brighton team that's gone on a run can be massive. So, Brighton will, I'm telling you, Brighton will watch out for Brighton. That's what I'm saying.
My man, we've got the government here says Brighton are fun to watch. It's so true. What do you think about Chelsea?
I can't see Chelsea. So I can't.
I'll let you reply to lovely Guguma.
Okay, so Brighton are fun to watch. I agree. I mean, they've really replaced Grandpa really well. Let's be honest here. The Zerbi, what a masterclass he's done at Brighton. But I can't see Chelsea here. I mean, they've really I can only see up to Fulham and Brentford, but I can't see Chelsea. Sorry, I just have to roast them.
You know where Chelsea are 10th.
Yeah.
They don't seem to move from the 10th place week in, week out, right? But yeah.
But there are improvements. I'll be honest, right? There are improvements at Chelsea right now. I'm not saying as much as we take the mick out of Chelsea, right? There are improvements. Let's get that clear. Last few games we've seen a better Chelsea. I think I said Chelsea getting top 4 is like a miracle because I just we've said it last 3. I didn't want to repeat it, but we have to. It's too late now. You've turned up too late, Chelsea. But you never know. I mean, a lot of teams drop points in top 4 race, and now could they be a sneaky one? Could they? I don't think so. But yeah, my thoughts on the Chelsea position. They've improved in games, but they haven't increased positions because they've dropped too many points. So
yeah, they have. I don't think the government wasn't on a live stream yesterday, and we said about Chelsea. Yeah, they're improving. Recently, they're picking up a few wins. I think they haven't won 3 games in a row since October, and but it's just too late for Chelsea. Unfortunately, it's too late. And like Dalival says, it just does not seem like Chelsea's moving from that 10th place. But can they still get a repeat football? Yeah, I think they can. But they need to go in a good run. They really need to go in a good run. And they're picking up wins that might give them confidence because I don't think Chelsea's squad is bad. Chelsea's squad is really good. There's a lot of quality in there. Yeah, they not have that top goal scorer that we say week in, week out. Chelsea probably is not having someone to score goals because if Chelsea had someone that to score goals, Chelsea would have been in much better position now. But unfortunately, it's just too late for them. They might probably end up finish 7th, 6th, 8th. Let's see what's going to happen with. Let's see how the other team's going to do. With Brighton, of course, it's fun to watch. Brighton, like Dalival says, Zerbi is doing an absolutely fantastic job. He's doing more. He's basically carry on the job that Potter left at Brighton, and they're just improvement. You know, he's just improving Brighton, trying to change the style of football just a little bit, similar style of football like when Potter was there, but it's just more attractive. It's more an attacking football. He also changed a few players around. Look, Trossard, he fell out with Trossard. Mitchuma was not a key player for Porter. Mitchuma was not that player that would start every week for Porter. And look what Mitchuma is doing with Zerbi. I think Mitchuma is an absolutely quality. And Guguma knows how many times I said this about an Asian player, right? I absolutely love Asian players. There's so much work right on them. There's so much quality. It's just absolutely amazing. Mitchuma has been, well, after the World Cup, probably Brighton, the best player.
Brighton have the best scouts, man. Like getting Casado, Mitoma, Trossard. They get some very good players in. What doesn't help Brighton, though, is big clubs come in and that player gets attracted to it. And then we know the story. I mean, they kept Rocco Casado, to be fair. They did well with Casado one. I mean, they kept him in despite Arsenal coming in. I mean, they did really well for the price they did, 100 million. But I think Arsenal really did. I think that was good business for Arsenal, not going that 100 million, getting Jorginho, the cheap option. And in fact, turned out really well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Guguma says, they are improving, but I don't think it will be enough. Exactly. We have to agree with you. We said that yesterday, that it's just too late for Chelsea, unfortunately. She said, yeah, I have heard you speak about Aussie players. Absolutely love this guys. This guy, I think every team in the world, listen, every team in the world should have an Asian player because they are fantastic. Gugumi says, thank you for your answers. No, you're welcome. Ask anything. Always in here. But my man, yeah, let me just quickly check the poll because people, they like to be cheekies. They always like to check the poll. Smash the poll. 45 people smash the poll. And guess how many likes are going on this live stream so far? Only 17. Be nice. Like it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave your thoughts in the live chat. So today's game, let's quickly look back with Fulham and Arsenal. Man of the match, I said Trossard. Did you say Trossard? You put yourself on mute.
Oh, wait. Oh, you asked
about man of the match was Trossard. You gave to Trossard as well, right?
Yeah. Trossard was brilliant. How many times do I have to say that? Because he's been brilliant for Arsenal. And yeah.
What a signing. What a signing.
Bong, and that's for me the best judge. If Arsenal win the league, go and win the league. he's the best January signing because I think
probably going to be Arsenal. I would probably say the smartest signing ever Arsenal has done.
Signing Trossard over Mudryk was the best decision ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we see Mudryk. It took him 7 games for him to do something. I think it would work different under Arteta, but then again, that's a different story. So yeah, I think. But the thing on the annoyance of Arsenal fans after that Mudryk thing, right? I think they were so annoyed because Arsenal couldn't secure the deal in very quick enough. They took so long, they didn't secure it. That's where I think the annoying part came in. But Arsenal, I think Arsenal probably you can say had the best January window in the end. But looking at it, when it actually happened, the Jorginho, I was like, not a great window for Arsenal. Now that's changed. It was a brilliant window, and they actually spent well for once. Edu and them lot, they gave Arteta the money, and look what happened. And look, next season, watch out for Arsenal. They're gonna win the league. I mean, depending on for me, I don't think they win it next season, but you never know. If they can spend big this summer, then you know they could win it.
Yeah, I just think next season we're gonna have a completely different season next season. Let's not forget, right? Let's bring you back the World Cup, right? Having the World Cup in the winter had a lot impact in a lot of teams this season.
I mean, I think the World Cup had a massive impact on Liverpool a lot because a lot of players for us, actually for any team actually, they didn't want to go in. They didn't want to tackle properly because they know if they get injured, and then they miss the World Cup. So that's where it came in unlucky for us because our players did not really tackle in. They didn't want to risk it because they had a World Cup. That's why I was really annoyed when the World Cup was in the winter because we weren't performing as well as I thought we would. Because I don't blame all on the World Cup, but the World Cup has really changed the whole players before the World Cup because no one wanted to.
It was just too many games. It was just too many games. A lot of players got injured as well. So, this summer coming now, there's not going to be international competitions, and you will see there will still be the friendlies, all that kind of silly, just because of money. It's all money. It's all to do with the money. But next season is going to be a completely different season. And we've said, look, this is the chance where teams got a chance now, right? Like Arsenal, this is probably, I don't know, probably the biggest chance ever to win the Premier League. Liverpool, we've said this plenty of times, right? This is the season where anyone got a chance and anyone can beat Liverpool at Anfield, a place that it was always a scary place to go.
I mean,
Anfield always has been one of the most. I don't know if I'm saying this as a Barca fan because I hate going to Anfield.
Oh yeah.
What did happen to Barcelona last time? But this is the season where we knew since the start of the season where this is the season where you can actually go and beat Liverpool at Anfield.
I think, you know what? It's actually regained its, not the same, but it's actually looked better recently. In the big games, we saw versus United, it turned up. That's why I think we have a chance of beating Arsenal, just because of the crowd. Because if Anfield turns up, I feel like Arsenal will struggle a lot because the players didn't get that energy. But I shouldn't be really relying on the crowd, but that's what Anfield is. It relies on the crowd to help, and it's been dead in the other games. It's been really bad.
Always good to have that extra man in it, that makes into that 12 men, and Anfield always has been a crazy place.
I think United as well. United underestimated Anfield and Liverpool a lot that game because they expected an easy game. Their fans expected an easy game, but no. That's why Arsenal should have the mentality of it's not going to be an easy game, and that's what champions do because no game's easy. But let's be honest here, no game is easy at all. That's why Anfield really showed its power versus United. I'm hoping it shows its power versus Arsenal as well coming up.
There's not an easy game in football, especially in the Premier League. We're talking about the most competitive league and the best league in the world. And there's not an easy game, that's for sure. And my man, just before we go, well, Newcastle's still 0-0 at the minute. Newcastle is still 0-0 against Wolves. That would be a massive win if Newcastle could pick up 3 points in here. But bringing up the scream, that top four, it just keeps going crazy and crazy and crazy. But we keep seeing Arsenal and Manchester City just going away from everyone else, right? So I think Arsenal, this is why last time I actually did that on my screen. When I share my screen, I just did that, right? People, we just have to forget about Arsenal and Manchester City because they're going to be the two that's going to finish first and second. Just forget about Arsenal and City. Let's look into Manchester United, Tottenham, Liverpool, who knows, Brighton, Chelsea had to go on a crazy run and win probably their last thing. They got 12 games to go. It's just crazy. Newcastle as well. So, I mean, top four, when you look at it, that two places in there, Manchester United is making hard for themselves because they have just dropped 5 points out of 6. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Look, like, I know we lost, right? But we're still in it. Like, I think people are going too far with the narrative that Liverpool are out top four. We're still in the chance, okay, guys. Let's be honest. We could just say we win our game. We're like right now the gap is 6 points. We do our game in hand with 3 points behind Tottenham. And Tottenham right now, I know they beat Forest, but can you trust them to deliver you top four? I don't think so. I don't think you can trust Spurs as like a team to rely on. I think Newcastle for me today is a massive test because can they deal with the pressure? If they can deal with the pressure, they go above us, and literally Newcastle now are back in that, and they're still in like Newcastle have been poor. Let's be honest, but they're still in this top four race. Brighton are in the top four race, you could say as well. So I'm just saying, Newcastle. I think Newcastle will drop off now. They've dropped off since the Carabao Cup final. Really, they've lacked goals about them. So I still think Newcastle will beat United. Like at Stadium Park, they got them soon. So I have a feeling they could do it because of the fact that United are missing Casemiro, and that's a massive blow. But what Newcastle lack is goals. I don't see the goals coming from Newcastle. So look, this top four race is heating up. Obviously, my top four is Liverpool fourth. I still think we get top four. I think no matter after that loss versus Bournemouth, we still can turn up if we want to. And we have enough quality to get top four. I think we have the best quality in terms of basic quality. So, yeah, I think we get top four. But look, Newcastle win today, the whole narrative changes. So
yeah, completely agree, my man. And we spoke about that yesterday. And when you look, in terms of squads, when you look at Liverpool squads, Newcastle squad, Tottenham squad, Manchester United squads, like even Chelsea squads, like of course we're not going to mention Brighton and Fulham, but big up to these teams that are doing an absolutely amazing. But yeah, Liverpool squad, come on, you should have been doing so much better. I know you've been unlucky and had a lot of injuries this season, but yeah, there's still a lot of quality in this Liverpool squad.
I'm hoping Luis Diaz is back because there's like some rumors coming out he may be fit versus Madrid.
But when you look at Luis Diaz, right, yeah, he's been amazing for you. You know, he was just unlucky to get injured. But Luis Diaz is not the solution for Liverpool problem because Luis Diaz is that attacking player where you already got Jota back, you got Firmino, you got Nunez, you got Gakpo, you got Salah. Yes, he's going to improve you attacking, but still, he's not the problem for the solutions of you midfields. You midfield basically fucked up this season.
The Luis Diaz, right? Before he got injured, he was probably our best attacker. In terms of there's a spark with him. There's like some because I think he's skillful wise, he's our best skillful left attacker. I mean, Salah, he's not more skilled. He's more of a finisher. Salah, I think Gakpo's more of a creator. Jota's more like a He's just there in the box. Firmino's a link-up player. Diaz can at least do something. I don't want to rush him back though. Like that's where I would say is I don't want to rush him back. Then he gets injured again, and then we have to wait another 3 months. Because like if he's still not fully fit, don't play him. That's it. Because I don't want to injure him again. Because I don't want the pressure on him that he needs to be back. What's the point then? Because we have enough attacking spark, man. Like we need a midfielder, but we don't have one. So
yeah.
I don't want to rush him back. He'll be back next season with a stronger form. Don't worry about that. But I don't want to rush him back. I'm hoping he's on the bench versus Madrid, though. Hoping.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely agree with you. My man, let's just quickly, we've got 13 people watching us. People, do a massive favor, bring the likes up on this stream if you could. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Really appreciate the support. So the poll is going just too strong, right? Do you know how many people smashed the poll? Right now, 51 people smashed the poll. 88% said yes, Arsenal will win the league. And 12% said no. Clearly, it looks like there's a lot of Arsenal fans. We know City hasn't got many fans, but something that I want to bring up with Arsenal today, and since Gabriel Jesus got injured, as to be honest, when Gabriel Jesus was playing, he was never a number 9. He always is everywhere, right? He's just that kind of player, like he was doing at City. He's right? On the right wing, he's on the left wing. But when you look at Arsenal, right, we've saw that performance in the first half without number 9, right? Do you think because Arteta, right? Arteta was on a Guardiola. Arteta was working with Guardiola for a couple of years, and Guardiola is not that manager that likes to use an appropriate number 9, right? When you look at this Arsenal, the style of Arsenal football, and even when Gabriel Jesus, as I just said, even when Gabriel Jesus was fit, was playing, he was so important. He wasn't scoring many goals, but he was very, very important for Arsenal. And looking what Trossard and Martinelli has been doing is, since Nketiah got injured, then he started dropping in Nketiah, even when he brought in Nelson as well. But Arsenal without number 9, because Gabriel Jesus is meant to be a striker. Gabriel Jesus is meant to be a number 9, but let's be real in here. Gabriel Jesus, when was the last time you saw a whole game with Gabriel Jesus as a number 9?
I think Jesus is not a finisher. That's the thing. Like, Jesus didn't add goals to them. He just added that link up, really. I didn't think he added that much goals. He's not a clinical finisher, really. I mean, we saw at Man City. He does step up in the big moments. And like I said, I don't think he was scoring that many goals when he was playing. I think he was adding that link up. And when you got someone like Trossard who can actually, link up and score some goals, I think, Trossard, that's why another reason why Trossard is probably the best signing of January and best signing for Arsenal in the last few years. I mean, this signing has turned into a masterstroke. So they got the right target, except not Mudryk, because I don't think they would have signed a midfielder if they spent Mudryk 100 million, they would have not got a midfielder in. Let's be honest, their money would have been gone for me, and then they had no money to spend. I still think they would have not got a midfielder. They would have just spent that 100 million Mudryk. So they basically got a better player than Mudryk, really, in my opinion. Like overall, probably when you're watching, Mudryk's a better player, but it's a different league. He plays in a different league. What do you expect? So,
look, I just, like we've said this a few times, like Trossard was just a smartest signing, because a player that 28 years old, still got another 5 years to play at a high level, easily. He knew the league very well already. In today's market, he only cost 27 million. So, I mean, why would Arsenal go and spend almost 100 million in a player that I think he's a good player? I'm not saying Modric is not a good player. I think Modric is a good player, but he's not worth that money. That's for sure. He's not that player that impressed me. Modric is not that kind of player that makes me go, wow, what a player. He is worth 100 million. Because I don't watch Modric YouTube videos, right? If you go and watch Modric YouTube videos, you're gonna say, yeah, he's worth 100 million. I'm not that kind of football fans. I don't really watch YouTube unless someone I support, to help their channel. But I don't spend time going on YouTube to watch how the players do. I want to watch them in a proper football match, not just in clips on YouTube, in a small clips where everyone looks good.
Like for me, highlights are overrated as hell, man, because all they show is his skills, but they don't really focus on his weaknesses. They just focus on his positiveness. Like, you literally don't get it. And the only player I probably watch highlights for is probably like someone like KDB, who I know is good, or someone like a player that I know is very good. But it's just highlights. They just show the good stuff. They don't show, because it's better to watch in a full live game because it shows what they do. It shows the position they play in and stuff. It shows what they do in a football match. With the highlights, it just shows his skills, his goals.
Yeah. So, and Trossard, he did score a hat-trick at Anfield already this season, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He did score a hat-trick at Anfield. Yeah, I remember. I think that was a 3 o'clock kickoff. I think I watched that game, by the way. It's just too many games. You guys know I watch all the leagues. I watch too much football. But yeah, that hat-trick against Anfield. And the season he was having at Brighton until he fell out with Zerbi. But we knew there's a quality player in here. I remember when he used to play for Genk, yeah? I think he was the last season where he had a very good season. Then Brighton signed him. And I was like, Brighton just do great business. And Brighton, when you get a player, Brighton knew. The same with Mitchuma, right? Mitchuma as well also come from there. Mitchuma, they knew Mitchuma. And I'm guaranteeing you right now, right? Mitchuma most likely will be staying at Brighton next season. But I tell you right now that Mitchuma will only be staying at Brighton for at least one more season. I cannot see Mitchuma staying longer at Brighton.
I think if the Brighton are willing to sell him at 35 million, I think that's so. In this day and age, that's very cheap. So if they're setting that price on Mitoma, then he's going. I thought they didn't set a better price at least because trust me, you're going to see teams go for him. I'm telling you, he won't be in a Brighton job for the next 3 years. I can assume that for. He won't be at Brighton. But I think he might just stay because he just come out now and he might just want to stay at Brighton for one more year to see what he can do and a full season. Now we're seeing Mitoma. I'm actually excited to see him next season because if he can live up to the hype he is this season, then he's going the season after that. That's pretty much confirmed.
By the way, it's 1-0 Newcastle.
Oh.
1-0 Newcastle. Top 4 is on, people. But just let's quickly give another 5 minutes on this live stream, right? And guess who scored? Isak, a header. Isak. This guy is good player. I said this many times. I think Isak is a good striker. He just needs to work on his finish and stop getting injured. And I think Newcastle has a striker for the next few years. But, my man, just quickly Gabriel and Saliba, right? What do you make of Gabriel and Saliba so far, partnership this season? I mean, these two guys. Saliba has been one of the best centre-backs in top 5 leagues this season. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, them two, after the World Cup, they've been a bit poor. I'll be honest. Yeah. After the World Cup, they've not been great. But before the World Cup, they were the best duo in the world. They were potentially in the world as well, yeah, like I said. And they were defending really well. Not conceding any goals. They weren't conceding any. They only conceded silly goals. Really, they weren't getting outplayed. They were just very good. So, but then after the World Cup, I've been like, I feel like they've not been the greatest. They've not been good. They've been conceding too many goals, and I feel like the goals they've been conceding are so defendable. Half of them been mistakes. Like, let's be honest, half of the goals have been mistakes, and I feel like we've seen a much better Saliba and Gabriel today. Much better. It wasn't the same, but it was much better than recent weeks. This Saliba and Gabriel today. I think Ben White's been good as well. I think we need to big up Ben White.
Yeah, I was about to mention about Ben White because Ben White, right? Let's not forget he's not right back, right? Newcastle 2-0. Oh, what a chance for Newcastle. What a chance for Newcastle. How did Newcastle not score that?
Oh, come on, man.
That might be a penalty, by the way. But yeah, sorry. Big shout out to Ben White. I think this guy's been an absolutely amazing this season. Ben White is not even a right back, right? His natural position is a centre back, right? And I'm not a big fan of Ben White. Let's be honest in here. And a lot of people are going to say, "What? Does this guy hate Arsenal? He looks like he doesn't like any of Arsenal players." But no, yeah, I'm always trying to be real in here. I never was fan of Ben White, but I think Ben White deserves a lot of praise because Ben White's been absolutely brilliant this season. What did you make of Ben White? I mean, let's say overall this season so far, he's just been doing a crazy good job.
He's been probably their best defender. I mean, overall, like
I would say Saliba still.
I mean, overall, Saliba recently. I mean, over the full season, I mean, Ben White. I understand Saliba, to be fair, because Saliba has been absolutely brilliant. Their whole defense have been brilliant. I mean, to be fair, their whole defense has been brilliant. So I'll be honest. Probably Saliba. I think Saliba has, but he's been definitely one of the best defenders up there in the Premier League. Brilliant this season, especially considering they spent 50 million on it. Was it 50 million they spent on him? And this is what they got, and that's why they spent 50 million on him. So
sorry, my man, I removed you by accident.
Oh, yeah, but I was just saying, Ben White, quality signing in the end. 50 million well spent, more like. But yeah, I can understand why you say Saliba's been their best, to be fair, because he just come from the league, and he just showed what Arteta's just turned him into. I think him going on loan was the best thing that happened because now we're seeing this Saliba. But I think he's been poor. I think Ben White's been overall in terms of consistency. Ben White's probably been good. He's been the best in terms of consistency, I think. But then again, Saliba's been good. To be fair, he's just come out of the league and he's a man.
Don't get me wrong. Look, he's a hard one to pick because Saliba have actually won games for Arsenal this season. Now, also Ben White has been amazing, but I have to say overall, Saliba, and for me, I've said this a few times, and I keep saying I said this, and I said this, and I said this, but yeah, for me, Saliba definitely has been one of the best centre backs in the top 5 leagues this season. A very young centre back. He has improved so much this season from League One to the Premier League, and we're talking about the best league in the world. What a defender. Arsenal has a player in here for so many years to come. What a centre back. What a defender is Saliba. He's just so calm on the ball. It feels like sometimes when I watch Saliba, feels like Saliba's been playing football for already about 20 years. The guy is so good, so calm on the ball that he does not panic when he has play around him as well. He's just amazing. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, my man, we still got 12 people watching us. Newcastle playing well, by the way. Newcastle playing well. Gonna go and watch Newcastle and then, have a chill. Watch my Barca tonight. We'll be back for Barcelona, Bilbao. Tough game away to Bilbao. We'll bring La Liga. I had enough of Premier League this weekend, but yeah, a big, big thank you to every single one of you. Do a massive favor on your way out. If you haven't liked this stream, please make sure you do. If you haven't subscribe. Always come back, please. Football Ferreira is the live home of football on YouTube with always the biggest club, biggest leagues, and big games. I will have a day off tomorrow, but remember, still be back tonight, La Liga, for my beloved Barcelona, Bilbao against Barcelona. Be back Tuesday. We'll definitely be back Tuesday. And guess what? Gaguma hasn't left a comment in the live chat for quite a while now, but still, she's still in there watching. This is why we all love Gaguma. Big up to you, Gaguma. Really, really appreciate it once again for the super stickers. cannot thank you enough, and everyone also support, Alberto, everyone that got involved in the live chat, everyone got involved in the pool. But my man, let me just quickly end the poll, because the poll is crazy. You're not gonna believe the poll right now, right? The poll is just wow, 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 wow. Do you know, like the poll ends, and the question was, will Arsenal win the Premier League? And looks like everyone thinks Arsenal is going to win the league, because the poll end with yes, 88% said yeah, Arsenal will win the league, and 11% said no, and we had 53 people smash the poll. Crazy numbers, absolutely just crazy. Like, it looks like it's going to be Arsenal, yeah. But yeah, people, is anything you want to say, my man, before we go?
Make sure you like and subscribe to Ferreira. It's free. And yeah, make sure you join the Champions League next week, because we know it's next week is massive for us. Liverpool season, well, it is massive. Will we do a comeback? Probably not, but you never know. I mean, if we can do it versus Barcelona, who used the referees to cheat, then I just had to say that in.
I'm not even going to say anything about Liverpool. I'm just going to end this live stream now, because that's it. But yeah, my man, a big thank you once again. You only make me better. You make the channel better as well. I really appreciate you so much. And everyone, Guguma, thank you so much. And everyone, please, on your way out, smash the like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. God bless you. Have a start of a good week, Monday, tomorrow, and have a lovely week. Make sure you come back. Make sure you got the bell on as well. Notifications, remember, look, notifications, and yeah, we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you very much. Newcastle 2-0 now. Wow, Newcastle just hit the bar. That was Bruno Guimaraes' header inside the box. Crazy. Newcastle playing well. But otherwise, yeah. Merci, muchas gracias. Vamos. Remember, vamos, muchachos. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys very soon. God bless every single one of you.